Morning, everybody. Sorry we're a few minutes late here. This is your daily dose for Friday, March 5th. I'm John Pinecker with the Mojave Valley Daily News. We had some internet issues going here, so I think most of you out there understand that and have had to deal with that in our community or wherever you're watching from. So remember, the Daily Dose is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center in Fort Mojave, Arizona. Tri-State Radiology Center offers a wide-open, large-bore MRI to scan larger body sizes up to 450 pounds. In addition to the MRI, we offer digital x-rays. Tri-State Radiology Center is an American College of Radiology accredited facility. So call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. And remember, at Tri-State Radiology Center, your image means the world to us. All right. Let's get into our news. We got a couple of breaking stories. Our breaking news is brought to you by New Image Primary Care, now scheduling appointments within 7 days. So that's pretty unusual. Call them today for an appointment. All right, our top breaking news, our first breaking news story is a homeless man, or presumed homeless. He had a whole tent set up out across from Community Park. At one point, he had been across from the chamber, and then he packed up. He had been warned and packed up and moved a little bit, and now you got, there's a picture in the paper, but Jeff shot some video a few days ago, so if we can go that.
Yeah, don't forget the video.
His unidentified man, presumed to be homeless, had set up at locations across from the river at Community Park and the Chamber of Commerce a few weeks ago. He was reported a few times. They didn't kick him out because he was homeless. They kicked him out because the water was already lapping up against his equipment there, his tent and that. So they were concerned about the river coming up a little bit and pulling his garbage out into the river, or pulling him out into the river, pulling his tent out into the river, all kinds of stuff like that. So you see them out there talking with him, and at that time it was kind of a warning. Now they had changed it. They evicted him yesterday. So I have a whole story. Maybe Wednesday we'll get into it for the Q&A. I have a whole story about the river fluctuation.
We can do that. Yep.
I think you'll find it entertaining. It involves a pontoon boat and a certain level of drinking. That causes
that doesn't mix.
Made it important. Not drinking while boating, but drinking.
Gotcha.
All right, our other top story. You guys know that Jeff spends a lot of time out there seeing different things in the community and responding to accidents and that. Well, at 2 o'clock in the morning, he got a call. Jeff, you want to tell us what this is?
Sure. There was a shooting up off McCormick in the Stone Ridge Apartments. 7 shots were reported fired from an unknown suspect that obviously you can see here. They got him in custody, and we have footage of that. If you guys want to scan the QR code that's going to be coming out, that will be in probably Sunday's paper, I believe.
Sunday's paper, yeah.
But if you go to our YouTube channel now, you can see that video of that scene where this gentleman right here.
Yeah, there he is, taken away.
Yeah, I got taken away for, discharging a weapon.
So we know he was shooting outside. We don't know what he was shooting at or if anybody's been injured or anything yet. We haven't had any further reports on that. I would guess that we'll get something from from Emily over at the police department sometime today. But that's the apartments. What's the name of the apartments?
That's the Stone Ridge Apartments up off McCormick.
Off McCormick up there. All right. Well, I'm glad it appears right now everybody's okay. And you said he was disoriented or something when they took him away, huh?
Yeah, he was saying like, where am I now? And kind of disoriented, not knowing what's going on. So
we'll see what's
could
going
be more
on with
involved.
that.
Yeah.
All right, Bullhead City man accused of damaging Epcor tanks and other local businesses. We showed some video from that yesterday. This is Jason Robert Morello. He was charged with suspicion of committing criminal damage at several local businesses. This is the guy who was, Epcor had some alarms go off at one of their storage tanks up off the Parkway. They called police. Police responded. They saw that there was about $4,000 in damages to one of the water tanks. And then they saw Mr. Morello wandering around in the desert. They called him to come over. Instead, he bolted. Suffice it to say, the police department were able to grab him up. But after investigating, and they knew Mr. Morello. They were calling him by his name as he was running away. So I
Yeah,
don't
in
know how-
fact, I reported his name because I heard the officers yelling his name.
Jason. But in further looking into the story, there's been a lot of damage that both he's been caught and charged with, as well as they believe that he's involved in. He cut the volt line on the utility tank. He had been going around knocking off water spigots and turning on water valves.
I'll add to that
businesses.
real quick. We have footage of that back on our Facebook videos of that same guy.
You have to go back a little.
Yeah,
That was in December.
he's the one that opened up all the water valves down the 95, if you remember.
Yeah.
And he also got that burn from the last whatever he did.
Yeah.
That's where
So,
the burn came from on his
Hopefully,
hand.
hopefully he won't be a burden for our community for a while. Is what I'm thinking. We got a lot of criminal stuff here. We have a Kingman man arrested in connection with the shooting up in Kingman. We had a child molester pled guilty, sentenced to 20 years in prison. That's Harold Pinkard, 71. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. But we also have a warrant issued after a man skipped sentencing. This is Jacob Shields. He's a Bullhead man. He was charged with assault on his domestic abuse thing, along with possession of drugs. So the police were called because there was a fight. When they arrived, they saw this was on the Holly Street residence in Bullhead City on June 9th. They discovered a woman crying and screaming. They arrested him, and while they were there, they found drugs there. He was charged with a bunch of things, different charges: domestic abuse, several counts of domestic abuse, possession, prohibited possession, which is possession of a weapon. So he was charged with a bunch of things. He was actually convicted on just assaulting a woman. Possession of dangerous drugs for sale, and one count of aggravated assault per domestic violence. He was convicted last month, and his sentencing was yesterday, and he failed to show. So, per the plea agreement, if he fails to show for sentencing, his 5 years is now 10 years. So, if you see Mr. Jacob Shields, please let him know the PD would like to talk to him.
They would like to have an appointment with him.
Yes,
Okay.
we need to get together and discuss things. Court to hear challenge on Proposition 208 tax. The Proposition 208 is the one that passed in November. It is the education tax. It was I think 3.5% tax on those making over $250,000 a year. It was passed by the voters. Now the Arizona legislature is trying to, along with our governor, is trying to overturn our vote. It's been shot down 4 different times, but now it has been approved. The Arizona Supreme Court is going to hear the challenges to it. We have in the story, we have what they're banking on, or what they're using as their basis for overturning Proposition 208. We'll see what the court says on it, but it's basically them saying that some of the wording of it they're concerned with, and so they're using that as a way to overturn it. So we'll see what happens with that. We also have the farmers market set for this Saturday. The farmers market has been getting bigger and bigger and bigger as we come out of this. I know that last month they had 3 different farms that were actually there, including one of them down in the valley who I really like. So that's going to be Saturday from 9 a.m. till 1 p.m., and that's over at the community park right next to the chamber there.
Get
So
on down there and get your produce.
go check them out, yeah. There's a lot of things there. I mean, it's not
Oh,
just
that's
food.
true,
They
yeah.
also they got a bunch of other things there. So,
Yep.
The Senate has voted to take up the $1.9 trillion relief bill, the president's relief bill. It passed. Kamala Harris had to cast the deciding vote. It passed 51-50 to start digging into it. So they'll have a week of arguments. They're hoping by March 14th to actually vote on that. That includes our stimulus pay. And that's really the ones that we've been hearing about, is the stimulus and the minimum wage hike. The minimum wage hike is out. They've already ruled the parliamentarian. Huh?
You said it good.
I got it this time.
You've been practicing that.
I have. I spent all night practicing.
I bet.
The parliamentarian ruled that that's not going to, it's not legal to have it as part of that bill. But there's a lot of other things in here. You got to read what is all involved in that relief bill. A lot of help to the unemployed, a lot of help to businesses, those kinds of things. So please check that out. NASCAR is in Vegas this weekend. I know we got a lot of NASCAR fans there. They have the Truck Series.
I'm a NASCAR fan.
Are you? Sorry, I got too much sports stuff going through my head. I can't add anymore. So they have the Truck Series starting today. The Xfinity Series is tomorrow, and on Sunday, the Cup Series.
I have a favorite Truck Series driver. Can I let everybody know?
You know what? I boast about my Packers all the time. Please, go ahead, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Her name's Haley Deegan, a friend of mine, Brian Deegan's daughter. He brought her up racing bicycles to BMX, to motocross, and now she's in a NASCAR Truck Series. So look for her. She's number one. Haley Deegan in the Truck Series tonight. Check it out.
All right. I don't know that that's enough to get me to watch, but okay.
I tried.
All right, sports. We got a big night in sports. We got a lot of great things going on in sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lewick at Desert Time Realty. Call Mike today for the service you deserve and the people you trust when buying or selling your home. We are going to start with the Lady T-Birds senior night last night. So the Lady Thunderbird girls basketball team had a big game last night against Lake Havasu City. They beat them 50-41. They were led by Kylie Heath, had 13 points. Senior Kylie Heath. Hannah Burgess played well. They let the seniors, the 5 seniors, play the whole first half of the game, and then they brought in Alyssa and Alyssa Heath and some of the other girls players over there. So they finish the season. 10-5. 10-5. They're on the bubble for a playoff, so we should find out in the next day or so if they make the playoffs.
Let me add one more thing before we go off the screen. There is a QR code in the newspaper today for that video if you would like to watch some of the celebration that happened last night.
Yeah.
Go check it out. It's our QR code on our newspaper. You'll like it.
They got a good team over there, so hopefully they get into the playoffs here and they can make some noise. The boys basketball team got their first win of the season yesterday. They beat Lake Havasu as well, 46-45, a close one, but a win is a win. We'll take it. They got 17 points from Adam Badia and Gabe Valaire. So they will end their season senior night tonight against Bradshaw Mountain. So good luck, boys. And the River Valley girls soccer team finished their season with a 3-1 loss at Lake Havasu. Junior Brisa Muniz scored their only goal. Brisa is one of our former athletes of the week. So we will. They're done. They're not going off to the playoffs. No. Tonight, the Melk boys will be playing the first round of their playoffs. So if you get a chance, I don't know if there's any more tickets available over there, but they're 19-1. They set a record. They're ranked number 2 in the state. They've got record-setting players over there. They're on a roll. They beat the number 4 and the number 6 ranked teams in the last couple of weeks. The number 4 and the number 2 ranked teams. Then they moved up to number 2. So if you get a chance, go check them out. That should be good. In weather.
Woohoo!
Weather's brought to you by Living Waters Hospice, your hometown hospice. Together we can make a difference. A beautiful day today. It's going to be sunny in the mid-80s. No breezes. Tomorrow it's supposed to be even a little bit warmer, but there's a chance of some light ocean-like.
Breeze?
Yes.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Light.
Breeze.
The light ones.
We don't say the W.
No, they're really light. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's going to start to cool down a little bit, but it'll still be, by Tuesday, it'll get all the way down to the mid-70s. So, I think we'll survive.
Burr at 70.
There's one more thing I wanted to point out here in our B section, along with Desert Deals. Go check those out. A lot of coupons and good deals in there. in our B section, more than 100 captive desert tortoises like this one need forever homes. So I don't know how well you can see that. We got a nice picture of a desert tortoise down here.
We can see it.
They have more than 100 available. I can tell you the website. You go to the azgfd.gov/tortoise, and you can find out how to adopt them. We had one. And it was very cool. A lot of fun.
What'd
to
you
play
name 'em?
with.
You don't remember?
It's been a while.
Oh boy, how can you forget your turtle?
Skip or Rocky or something. It was an awesome name. I
Those
just
two
don't
names
remember
will
what it was. Yes. Don't say the W word. I won't. I won't. Okay. That is it for today. Do we have
Question,
any
real quick.
questions?
Real quick. What time they want to know the farmers market again? The times?
I think it is 9 to 1.
He'll make sure. He's going to double check though.
It's on page 3 here. It is 9 a.m. to 1. Yeah. Produce, baked goods, handmade crafts, health and beauty products, artwork, and a variety of other items. And I have it under good authority that our new editor-in-chief will be wandering the grounds with a T-shirt that says, "I'm the new editor-in-chief at the Mojave Daily News." So if you see him, you've seen his picture in the paper. Tall guy, you can't miss him. Kind of talks with a southern accent a little bit. Go and introduce yourself. Nobody showed up yesterday, huh, Mike? Nobody showed up yesterday with those.
After questions and answers, no one showed up at his office either.
No.
Nobody stopped by yesterday. I am.
He said he'd be happy to meet with anybody as long as you bring.
Well, maybe we'll put, if you
pastries.
have questions, I have answers on your shirt in the back.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you
So, invitation's still open if you want to stop by today. I think the office is only open from 8 to noon
To
today.
noon today, yeah.
So if you were planning on stopping by today because you were busy yesterday, make sure you get here by noon time.
You
or the
should be on
office
the
will be
road
closed.
already.
Okay.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Remember, this is brought to you by the Tri-State Radiology Center. The Tri-State Radiology Center offers same or next day appointments, and they accept most insurances, including Medi-Cal. They have a wide open MRI and offer digital x-rays with your reports ready in 24 hours. Call them today for an appointment at 928-460-7226. Again, have a great weekend. The weather's going to be beautiful. Go out to the farmer's market and check it out, and maybe we'll see you out there. Have a good weekend. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you guys. We'll see you Monday. Yeah.